Limmy's World of Glasgow.
Vijay! I couldn't believe it. It was that time again already. Children in need. I first started trying to raise money for it 2 years ago, and unfortunately it didn't work out. Why didn't it work out? Because I relied on people. I tried it again the year after that, last year. Nope, didn't work out. Why didn't it work out? Same reason. I relied on people. So this year I decided, right, it's time to go it alone. I thought the only person you can truly rely on, Vijay, is yourself. So I tried to come up with ideas of what I could possibly do. And after thinking long and hard, I thought, right, I'm going to become a human statue. You know these folk that just stand still? They look like statues, and when you go up to them and put money in their bucket, they lean over and go to shake your hand, or they give you a wink or a wave or something. I thought, it looks easy, I'm sure it's really difficult to stay still for hours and hours, but I thought, I just need to go out for about an hour, stand still, do the whole routine that I'm used to seeing, and I'll be able to maybe raise £100, £150 or something. I went out, I bought all the makeup, and I got all the materials to make me look like a robot. I coloured my skin, all silver, dressed myself up in tubes and cardboard boxes, all covered in tinfoil, and I stood just outside Next on Argyle Street. A perfect place for buskers, but when I went there was no one there, I wasn't taking over anyone's patch or anything. So I put my wee bucket out to put the money in, had the wee sign on it saying, all money going to children in need. Got up in my wee podium, stood still, tried to look a bit like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, and just stood still and waited for the people to gather. And eventually they did. The people gathered, they looked, they pointed, and most of them, even though they enjoyed the entertainment, they didn't give us a penny, even though they knew it was for charity. But there were some people who did come up. I really appreciated it. And I bent down to give them a wee shake of the hand and a wee wave. And a few of them shook my hand. Some of them didn't, but a few of them did. So after about half an hour of that, because I only planned to be up there for an hour, after about half an hour of that, I thought, right, I'm going to have a wee look in the bucket, see how much I've earned so far, count it up. I looked down, 6 pence. 6 pence. 3 2p's. I thought, no, there's no way that's all that was put in that bucket. There's no way. I heard coin after coin going in. About 20 people came up and put the money in the bucket. I heard them. And I looked down and there's these 3 2p's. And I think back to who was walking up to my bucket. There was some old folk, there was some middle-aged folk, there was some families, there was very young children, and there was, and I don't like to use this word, but there was Neds. And I thought, I know what's happened here. Those wee Neds have came up to my bucket, pretended to put money in, reached over, chucked in something like 2p, and made off with about £2. And I didn't bother to check. I didn't want to look down and see what anybody had put in. That's embarrassing for them. So that's half an hour wasted. 6p. I could have put that in myself. I thought, right, okay, that's not going to happen again. And I started my second half hour. Once I got up and posed again, everybody started to gather round. I thought, right, I'm watching everyone now. So after about 5 minutes, I standing up there, eventually someone comes up to give me money. Or to at least look like they're going to give me money. Up he walks, this kind of 20-year-old guy. He walks up to the bucket, and as he goes to put the money in, I have a wee look down to check. But the second to do that, he looks up and goes, oh, you moved, mate. And I went to go and shake his hand, like a robot. Even though I hadn't put the money in yet, I thought I'll go and shake his hand and that'll make it look like I didn't blow it or anything. I was just going to shake his hand. But he was just on to me. He just said, no, you moved, mate, no money for you. And he walked back to his family. And I had a right good laugh about it. Only about 10 seconds after that, a wee guy comes up, a wee Ned. He walks up, and that family's still there. He walks up, goes to put money in. I thought, no. I could just look straight ahead, not look down, and just hope that he doesn't try to rip me off. But I know what will happen. I will get ripped off. I thought, it's a necessary evil. I'm just going to have to check. So up he walks, goes to put money in, hesitates, as if waiting for me to move. But I couldn't help it. I looked down just to see what he was doing. And this wee guy, about 12, goes, he moved for me as well. He's shite. You were going to get it 2 bob as well, mate, no joy. And half the crowd just started laughing as if I was just there to get the total piss taken out of me. I said, come on guys, this is for children in need. Can you just give it a break? And someone from the crowd shouted, listen to him now. He's speaking. Robots can't fucking speak, mate. And I spotted a guy saying something to his pal about me hitting him with a guilt trip or trying to hit everybody with a guilt trip. And then they left. I thought, right, I'm just best to just get back to it. Done the pose again, the robotic pose. And for the next half hour it's just the same again, one after another. and if I tried to look, they all just burst out laughing and took the money away, and if I didn't look, if I looked down 10 minutes later, there was practically nothing there. That was for the whole next half hour, until I stopped. I got down off my podium, took off my costume, wiped my makeup off, dreading to look in the bucket, dreading to see how little I got, had to look in it though. And do you know what was there? 21p. 21p. There was the 3 2p's that were already sitting in the bucket, a 10p and a 5p. Just next to nothing. Got all my stuff together, ready to head to my car in the car park. I looked up, everybody had left, but there was this old guy still watching. He said, "Pish."